Today we're going to read 8th Canto, chapter 18, Lord Vamandeva, the dwarf incarnation, from verses 1 to 15. Actually, I remember very, very clearly that, long time back, this is the auspicious day when most of the preachers have started preaching a few years back, and very, very auspicious day. And we are all, able to, impart some knowledge that we had from this day in different communities. So it was a wonderful memory for me. Start with a small bhajan and then the prayers. So thank you very much for joining. Satya Prabhu, Chamya Mataji, Lilananda Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam, Pushkala Mataji, Dandat Pranam, Saraswati Mataji, Dandat Pranam, Shri Gopal Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Subhara Prabhu,
Dandat Pranam, Prabhuji, Hare
Shilpamati, Dandat
Prabhu.
Krishna.
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा मदन मोहन राधे। जय राधा गिरिधारी राधे। जय राधा गोवर्धन धारी राधा गोवर्धन धारी राधे। जय राधा कुंज बिहारी राधा कुंज बिहारी राधे। जय राधा नील माधव राधा नील माधव राधे। जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे। जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय जय श्री राधे। जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय जय श्री कृष्ण। जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। प्लीज रिपीट आफ्टर मी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवी सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो
देवीं सरस्वतीं
जयमुदीरये
व्यासं ततो
नष्टप्रायेषु
जयमुदीरये।
भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीं
भगवद्श्रीकृष्णदेवदेव
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
वासुदेवाय
देवकानन्दनाय च नन्दगोपाकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
नमः
तप्तकाञ्चनगौराङ्गे
पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदाय हरे कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरहृषे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमो वो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्प्रातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। उमा पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थांगतोऽपि वा स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सबाह्याभ्यन्तरं शुचि। श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु। Krishna. So, in the last few classes, you have heard the Prayovrata done by Aditi on the instructions of Kashyapa Muni, her husband, to please Lord Vishnu, because she was lamenting that her sons have been taken away, all the opulences, and by the demons, and they are suffering. And we also heard how Lord Vishnu has appeared in front of them and given a boon that he will be born as their son, and he appeared in the Shankachakra Gada Padma four-handed form, just like how he appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva in the prison, and he gave a benediction that I will be your son and help you get back to your opulence. So the Prayavat Vrata is what we learned in chapter 16, and the Supreme Lord becomes Aditi's son in chapter 17. Now, in chapter 18, how Lord has become, the dwarf incarnation, Lord Vamandev, we're going to start reading here. So it's a very auspicious day today, and we're going to recite the slokas and the meanings and the purports as much as possible as we have in this chapter. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and then ask you to read. Just give me 1 minute. Everybody, please open Vedabase or your Bhagavatam book, Canto 8. Chapter 18. Oh, 1 second, Prabhuji. Okay, I'll read the introduction of this chapter. I hope you are able to see it. I'll share it in a moment from my laptop. But please listen to this very carefully. This chapter describes how Lord Vamandeva appeared and how he went to the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Bali, who received him well and fulfilled his desire by offering him benedictions. So the main purpose of this incarnation is to take care of the Devatas and help get their opulences back. Because Maharaj Bali, as you have seen in the previous chapter, has conquered the entire opulences of Devatas and made them homeless, right? And this incarnation specifically to go and get them back and suppress the pride of Maharaj Bali, at the same time giving benedictions also. Because Maharaj Bali at the end completely does Atma Samarpan to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vamandev appeared in this world from the womb of Aditi, completely equipped with conch shell, disc, club, and lotus. His bodily hue was blackish and he was dressed in yellow garments. Lord Vishnu appeared at an auspicious moment on Shravana Dwadasi when the Abhijit star was arisen. Okay? The day he appeared is Shravana Dwadasi, which is just 1 month back. In the Shravana Masa, on the Dwadasi day, immediately after the Ekadashi, and then the Abhijit Lagna. Abhijit Lagna is the midday, right? Even Lord Rama got coronated and got married in Abhijit Lagna. And that is a very, very auspicious Lagna. At that time, in all the three worlds, including higher planetary systems, outer space, and this earth, all the demigods, the cows, the brahmanas, and even the seasons were happy because of God's appearance. Therefore, this auspicious day is called Vijaya. It's called Vijaya Dwadasi. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has a Satchit Ananda body, appeared as the son of Kashyapa and Aditi, both of his parents were very astonished. After his appearance, the Lord assumed the form of dwarf, Vamana. Right? In the beginning, what did he do? He appeared with 400 form, and they were very much astonished. And then immediately he took a dwarf, a Vamana form. All the great sages expressed their jubilation, and with Kashyapa Muni, before them, they performed the birthday ceremony of Lord Vamana. Right? So all the great sages came there, and then they performed this birthday ceremony. At the time of Lord Vamandev's sacred thread ceremony, he was honored by the sun god Brihaspati, the goddess presiding over the planet Earth, Bhumi Devi, the deity of the heavenly planets, his mother, Lord Brahma, Kubera, the 7 rishis, and others. Lord Vamandeva then visited the sacrificial arena on the north side of the Narmada River at the field known as Bhrugu Kacha, where Brahmanas of Bhrugu dynasty were performing yajnas. So, when somebody is born, Jataka karmas are done. Jataka karma means all the rituals that are supposed to be done from the time they are born all the way until, one by one, based on the time, based on the age of the kid. First, it is done, what is done? The birthday celebration is done. After some age, typically 5 years or 7 years age, the thread ceremony is done. Thread ceremony is Upanayana. Upanayana samskara is done. But as soon as he appeared, he changed his form into dwarf form, into Vamana. That automatically became a 5-year-old. So immediately they had to perform thread ceremony because he came to that age. And it is explained that different demigods, gave different ornaments, different boons to him. And we'll explain in detail who all gave what. We have a table here that I'll read out. That will come in the shloka as well. And then immediately he left for the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Bali. So wherever Maharaj Bali is doing the yajna, he immediately left to that place. Even Lord Shiva accepts on his head the Ganges water generated from the toe of Lord Vamandev. Therefore, after washing Lord's feet, Bali Maharaj immediately accepted the water from Lord's feet on his head and felt that he and his predecessors had certainly been glorified. Right? So once he went there, Bali Maharaj, this is a summary of the chapter I'm reading before, so that you all know what is the chapter in titles, and then we'll go into slokas. So as soon as Bali Maharaj saw Vamandev, what did he do? He washed his feet. And then he sprinkled the water on his head, just like, Lord Shiva does that. Because where is Ganga coming from? The toe of Lord Narayan, Lord Vishnu. And then it enters Lord Shiva's head. And after washing Lord's feet, Bali Maharaj immediately accepted the water from his feet and felt that he and his predecessors has been certainly glorified. Felt very happy and felt that even his predecessors were glorified. Then Bali Maharaj inquired Lord Vamandev welfare and requested the Lord to ask him for money, jewels, or anything he might desire. So typically what happens whenever somebody does a yajna, the king sumptuously gives all the brahmanas whatever they desire in the form of giveaways like jewels, land, cows, all these things are given away. So just like that, because a Brahmana has come to his place, Bali Maharaj inquired Lord Vamandev and asked, what do you want? Right? Anything he might desire. So that is the summary of this chapter. Okay. Now let's go one by one. Let me share. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I'll read the shloka and then I'll ask somebody to do the translation. Shri Shuka Uvacha Ittam Virinchastuta Karma Virya Pradhur Bhuva Vamrata Bhur Adityam Chaturbhuja Shankha Gada Jachakra Pishangavasha Nalineya Takeshanaha. Translation. Can somebody read the translation, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I read the translation?
Yes,
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sukadeva Goswami said, after Lord Brahma had thus spoken, glorifying the Supreme Lord's activities and prowess, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is never subject to death like an ordinary living being, appeared from the womb of Aditi. His 4 hands were decorated with conch shell, club, lotus, and disc. He was dressed in yellow garments, and his eyes appeared like the petals of a blooming lotus. Hare Krishna. Purport, Prabhu?
Prabhu, go ahead, Prabhu.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The word Amtabuhu is significant in this verse. Amrutabuhu. The Lord sometimes appears like an ordinary child taking birth, but this does not mean he is subject to birth, death, and or old age. One must be very intelligent to understand the appearance and activities of Supreme Lord in his incarnations. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Janma karma chamay divyam evam yo veti tattvataha. One should try to understand the Lord's appearance and disappearance in his activities are all divyam, or transcendental. The Lord has nothing to do with the material activities. One who understands the appearance, disappearance, and activities of the Lord is immediately liberated. After giving up his body, he never again has to accept the material body, but is transferred to spiritual world. Tattva deham punarjanma naitimam yet sarchana. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, in this shloka, what is being told? That he appeared in this 400 form, right? A conch shell, club, lotus, and disc, and with Pitambara. A wonderful, to see by Aditya and Kashyapa. So Atma Bhuhu means very significant. Like the Lord sometimes appears like an ordinary child, but does not mean that he is subject to birth, death, and old age, right? And one must be very intelligent to understand the appearance and activities. That's very, very important because the shloka, right? Janma karma chame divyam yevam yoveti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna is a very important verse and it's all difficult to understand. Why? When somebody understands the activities, the birth, the appearance, and his leelas, never takes birth again. What is the reason? What is such a big benediction is given just because I sit in a class and listen to the story of how Krishna is appeared and how Amardev appeared and like his Leelas. What is the benediction? Why is it given like this? Anybody? Why is it so simple that if I just read it, if I just listen to it, understand this appearance, we get immediately liberated, and then we go back to Lord and without coming back. Anybody?
This is mercy of Lord. Mercy of Lord.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. Chappan Prabhu.
That is, we get the mercy of Lord.
Yes, Prabhuji, we get mercy of Lord in different ways. But in this sloka, it is told that just by listening to my appearance and then my Leelas, we get benediction. Then what is so special about those? Why we should listen about those only?
Tyaktva deham punarjanma, Prabhuji. You will never get a birth again. And you'll go back to
that
the
is
Godhead.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, Mataji, that is the result of it. But why
Huh.
specifically Krishna is telling, if you understand my appearance and Leelas, that is the
Because
falashati, that is the
it is not material, it is transcendental, it is divyam.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And Mataji, one more thing. It's not easy for people to understand this. That is the main part. And
Yes,
that's what
Prabhuji.
Krishna also says in other shloka. Bahunam janmanam ante jnana manvam prapatyate vasudeva sarvedi samahata sudurlava. People listen, but they don't understand, Mataji. A lot of people think Krishna is like an ordinary boy, right? He came, he stole clothes and all that stuff. But to
In
understand that
fact,
he's a supreme personality of Godhead, it's not easy. That is why it is difficult for us to go back to Godhead, because we listen, but we don't understand. What is the significance of that? It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, lot of janmas to really understand that Lord is supreme. That is the reason only there are 7 people in this call, right?
Prabhuji, just yesterday I was reading actually Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam in Bhagavad Gita and its purport.
Yes.
So it is like, then I was actually contemplating that, yes, it is so natural that even Arjuna, that's why he asked, you are present in front of me, how am I to understand that you spoke this to Vivaswan and everything, right? Like, Anta millions of years, Vivaswan is like very old, and Ikshwaku and everybody. So how are you uh, able to speak to them? And then naturally we also think that a person, how can he create? Like, we think we attribute everything material also to Lord's qualities. So we think that how can a person create such a huge universe, so many universes? How is it possible? Because it is not in our conception. So I was actually thinking about this Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam only yesterday night. Hare Krishna.
That's true. And that is one thing, Mataji, to really understand and realize that he is really Supreme Lord, because that doubt everybody has. Why only Krishna is supreme? That's first thing when we come to, like, we have so many devatas and devis. We have Ganesh Chaturthi, we have Dasara, lot of things, and we every time we put somebody on the altar and then pray. And the first question everybody asks, why only Krishna? Why do you always say Krishna, Krishna, Krishna? Where is it written? First of all, to get that knowledge, to understand itself will take a lot of time. Then second thing is, how come Krishna as a small boy can do all these things? What to think about us? Even Brahma got bewildered. Even Indra got bewildered, and all these people got bewildered, thinking, hey, this boy who's eating juta, how can he be a supreme personality? But what about us? The second thing, Mataji, is when you start learning, when you start listening about somebody's birth and their activities, you will start, gaining some love and affection towards them. When you know about somebody more and more, that connection increases, right? Just like, when say we are very much interested in knowing about Sachin Tendulkar, for example, right? Or like, that he's a very good batsman. Then what do? You start learning, hey, where is he born? What did he do? How did he become a super cricketer? Who is his, guru, and all that stuff. And the more you know about those, the more connection you make, and the more attachment you will have, and you'll continue. I'm just giving a mundane example. Similarly, the more you know about Lord's activities and how he is born, how he appeared in different yogas, and what activities he did, and how he really took care of his devotees by killing demons, the attachment increases, and then the love increases, and then the love increases. That is nothing but bhakti increases, and when bhakti increases, it's like your surrender increases, and when that leads to surrender, and surrender leads to sharanagati, and then finally liberation, right? And going back.
I think there's one more point that I just realized, Prabhuji, that only a person can have activities and appearance and disappearance. So we attribute Lord as a person. I mean, that is a transition from somebody who is thinking that he is impersonal, he's just energy, he's this, that. So Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, that's why Lord has specifically emphasized on that. Ki when you understand my appearance and disappearance, my activities, only a person can have activities, then you automatically start believing me to be a person. And that's why he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. I'm just thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I think that these are all corollaries of this this verse, and that's why this shloka is very important, and that is why we have to read Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita to understand his leelas and what all he did. Which one it will improve our attachment to Krishna and our bhakti, and it will improve our sadhana, and ultimately the surrender towards him is what I want to tell. Okay, let's go to the next sloka. Anybody wants to read the sloka?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam Prabhuji. I will read.
Yes, Mataji, please read the sloka.
It's 2. Shyama Vadato Jahasa Rajakundala Visolasa Shri Vadanam Bhuja Puman Shri Vatsavaksha Balayanga Kirita Kanchi Gunacharunupura. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, blackish in complexion, was free from all inebrities. His lotus face, decorated with earrings resembling sharks, appeared very beautiful, and on his bosom was the mark of Srivatsa. He wore bangles on his wrist, armlets on his arms, and helmet on his head, a belt on his waist, a sacred thread across his chest, and ankle bells decorating his lotus feet. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, this is how the Lord appeared. Prabhuji's Mataji's is blackish in color. The color of his body hue is the rain cloud, the black in the rain cloud, and earrings, right? Sometimes, so yeah, Makara Kundala they call, right? Sometimes they appear like the fish, right? The shark, and they appear very beautiful. And his bosom is the chest. There is a Srivatsa mark. He has bangles, armlets, Arvankilunaita, and a helmet. He has a crown and a belt on his waist and a sacred thread. He has all these things, and then he has ankle bells. Such a wonderful sight to see, right? 1 second, I'll. Okay, you're not able to see this. Now it's getting slow. That's why. Okay. My laptop is acting up here slow. Okay, we'll continue here only. It's like problems. Okay. Text 3. Somebody wants to read the shloka?
Shall I try, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Madhurata vrata vigushtaya swaya virajita Sri Vanamalaya Hari Prajapateshwara smatamah swarochisha Vinasayan Kanta Vinishta Kaustubha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. An uncommonly beautiful garland of flowers decorated his bosom, and because the flowers were extremely fragrant, a large group of bees, making their natural humming sounds, invaded them for honey. When the Lord appeared, wearing the Kaustubha gem on his neck, his effulgence vanquished the darkness in the home of Prajapati Kashyapa. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful, wonderful. So he has a beautiful garland, it seems, on his chest. And those flowers are so fresh, it seems. All the bees, were humming around those flowers. You have to pay attention to what is told in some of these, descriptions. Sometimes it is told that Lord is wearing malati, a garland made of malati flowers. Anybody know what is a malati flower? Malati flower is jasmine, Jajipul antar kada, Jaji. And sometimes he's told that he's wearing a Vaijayanti mala. I always wonder what is Vaijayanti mala. Vaijayanti mala is made up of all wild flowers, it seems, like the wild flowers that you get in forests. And both of them have super high fragrance, right? And, naturally bees are attracted, right, to these flowers. And he has a Kaustubha gem on his neck. And his effulgence is so much that, the darkness of the home has been vanquished. Okay, let's go to text 4. Anybody wants to read the shloka?
I can do, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Disha prasedo salilasayastada praja prahishtartavo gunanvita Dyaurantariksham kshitiragnijihva gavo dvijasancha hrushur nagascha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 1 second. Translation. At that time there was happiness in all directions, in the reservoirs of water like the rivers and oceans, and in the core of everyone's heart. The various seasons displayed their respective qualities, and all living entities in the upper planetary system, in outer space, and on the surface of the earth were jubilant. The demigods, the cows, the brahmanas, and the hills and mountains were all filled with joy. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, self-explanatory. The Lord of happiness around, the entire universe, upper planets, lower planets. The seasons display their qualities. That means, they have displayed, if it is rainy season, enough rains. If it is, exposed, of course, Shravan Masa, Dvadashi, that means it's like good rains. And the demigods, the cows and brahmanas and the hills are filled with joy. So there are a lot of happiness around the entire cosmic universe. Text 5. Anybody wants to read the shloka?
Hare Krishna, Praveen. Dandavat. Shall I read?
Charan.
Text 5. Shronayam Shravanadva. Shloka?
Yeah, shloka.
Shall I read
Shloka.
shloka?
Yeah, shloka.
Shronayam Shravanadvadashyam Muhurte Abhijiti Prabhu Sarve Nakshatra Taradhyascha Chakrustajjanma Dakshinam. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. On the day of Shravanadvadashi, the 12th day of the bright fortnight in the month of Bhadra, when the moon came into our lunar mansion, Shravana, at the auspicious moment of Abhijit, the Lord appeared in this universe. Considering the Lord's appearance very auspicious, all the stars and planets from the sun to Saturn were munificently charitable. Purport. Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, an expert astrologer, explains the word nakshatra taradhyaha. The word nakshatra means the stars. The word tara in this context refers to the planets, and adhyaha means the first one specifically mentioned. Among the planets, the first is Surya, the sun, not the moon. Therefore, according to the Vedic version, the modern astronomers' proposition that the moon is nearest to the earth should not be accepted. The chronological order in which people all over the world refer to the days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, corresponds to the Vedic order of the planets, and thus circumstantiates the Vedic version. Apart from this, when the Lord appeared, the planets and stars became situated very auspiciously according to astrological calculations to celebrate the birth of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So, when did he appear? The 12th day of Shravana Masa of the bright fortnight. In the month of Bhadra. Oh, okay. Shravana Dwadasi, the 12th day of the bright fortnight of the month Bhadra, when the moon came to lunar mansion, Shravana, and the auspicious moment of Abhijit Lagna, as we talked before. The Lord appeared in this universe. Considering the Lord's appearance, very auspicious, all the stars and planets were munificently charitable. That means they are all in the right order, right? Actually, astrology is Veda, is part of the Vedas, right? It explains, that's why, whenever somebody is born, based on the nakshatra, the date, the time, the place they are born, you're able to tell, what is in it for them, right? Because it's Veda, it's coming from Vedas. And of course, when the Supreme Lord appears, automatically all the planets will be aligned, right? And this cosmic astrology is very, very much, in detail explained in Canto 2. And once you read Canto 2, there is also a book that is written by one of the devotees about cosmic Bhagavatam, how, the entire planetary system is aligned, what is Mount Sumeru, where is Ganga coming from, how each of universes are aligned, how they're aligned, about moon and sun, right? And the proposition that moon is near to earth should not be accepted because it's very clearly explained there. I didn't do research on this, but it is explained in Bhagavatam how they're aligned and how the day of the work, the day of the week, are calculated. And because when you do Sankalpam, we have different names for these the weeks, the days of the week. And according to, that's why we do Panchangam, right? Every day there's a Panchangam. Panchangam tells Siddhi Vara Nakshatra, Karanam, Yogam, and what Ayanam we are in, what Varsha we are in, what Masa we are in, and then Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha, all these things. They're all coming from Vedic astrology, and it's all authentic Vedas. And all of them are aligned, it seems, in a nice way to celebrate the birth of the Lord, is what is told here. Text 6, anyone wants to read text 6?
Prabhuji, I will read. I can't read sloka, Prabhuji, please. మీరు చదవండి నేను పర్పట్ నేను చదువుతాను.
द्वादश्यां सविता तिष्ठान् मध्यान् दीना गतो नृपा विजया नाम सा प्रोक्ता यस्यां जन्म विदुर्हरे. ट्रांसलेशन चलन माताजी.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Danvat. O king, when the Lord appeared on Dwadashi, the 12th day of the moon, the sun was at the meridian, as every learned scholar knows. This Dwadashi is called Vijaya. Hare Krishna.
So this Dwadashi we already passed through last month. After the Ekadashi, this is called Vijaya Dwadashi. On that day he appeared. Hare Krishna. Text 7. Anyone wants to read the shloka?
I can do, Prabhuji, if it's
Yeah.
okay.
Can I do, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Yes, Chamya Mataji.
Mataji wanted to go.
No, Kamya Mataji, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Chamya Mataji chalavanti.
Yeah. Shankadundu bhayone dur mridanga panavanakaha chitravaditra shurayanam nirgoshas tumulo bhavat. Translation by Inspector Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Conch shells, kettle drums, panavas, and anakas vibrated in concert. The sound of these and various other instruments was tumultuous. Hare Krishna.
See, these are the special instruments. Even if where else have you guys heard these instruments? Anybody remember? Same instruments we also heard
Bhagavad
in
Gita.
different. Yes, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, and the war is about to start. These are the instruments that were used, from Vedic culture. Conch shell, shankha, kettle drums and drums, panavas and anakas vibrate in the conch. I don't know what panava and anaka. Anybody know what is panava and anaka? We should do research on this. These are special instruments.
In the meaning, it is. In the meaning, Panava Anaka, drums are named Panavas and Anakas.
There.
In the meaning.
Drums, these are different kind of drums. Okay, just like we have mridangam, we have the different kind of mridangas we have, right? Like that, probably there are different kinds of instruments. Hare Krishna. And all those things were, vibrating with sounds and the jubilance of appearance of the Lord. Text 8. Anybody want to read the shloka?
Can I read, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sanjeev Prabhu, yes.
Pritas kapsaroso nrityam gandharva pravara jaguhu tustuvur munayo deva manava pitro jnanaha.
Translation
by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Being very pleased, the celestial dancing girls, Apsaras, danced in jubilation. The best of the Gandharvas sang songs, and the great sages, demigods, Manus, Pitas, and fire gods offered prayers to satisfy the Lord. Hare Krishna.
So the jubilation continued. How? The Apsaras danced. Gandharvas sang songs because they are very specialists in singing songs. And great sages, demigods, Manus, Pitas, and fire gods offered prayers to satisfy the Lord. Right? They're all, praying to the Lord who has appeared, in the Vamanadeva form. Text 9 and 10. Who wants to recite the shloka?
Can I do, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Siddha Vidyadhara Ganaha Sakim Purusha Kinnara Charana Yaksha Rakshamsi Suparna Bhujagottama Gayanto Ati Prashamsanto Nrityanto Vibudhanuga Aditya Ashrama Padam Kusumai Samavakiran. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yes, Mataji.
Translation: the Siddhas, Vidyadharas, Kim Purushas, Kinnaras, Charanas, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Suparnas, the best of serpents, and the followers of the demigods all showered flowers on Aditi's residence, covering the entire house while glorifying and praising the Lord and dancing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Siddhas, Charanas, Kimpurushas, Kinnaras, Yakshas, Rakshasas, and the serpents all showered flowers on Aditi's residence, covering the entire house. Right? The praise of the Lord. So it looks like there are some Rakshasas also did this. Maybe they're good Rakshasas. This is interesting. Okay. Text 11. Anyone who wants to read text 11? Okay, I'll read it. Saraswati Mataji, chadavandi.
Yes, Prabhuji. Text 11. Drishtva aditistam nijagarbhasambhavam param pumam mudam apa vismita grihita deham nijayogamaya prajapatischah jayeti vismita. Translation: when Aditi saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had appeared from her own womb, having accepted a transcendental body by his own spiritual potency, she was struck with wonder and was very happy. Upon seeing the child, Prajapati Kashyapa exclaimed, Jaya Jaya, in great happiness and wonder. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So the moment the Lord appeared from Aditi's womb, first of all, she is very happy. And seeing that Prajapati Kashyapa also said, Jai, Jai, in great happiness and wonder. Right? That's nice. Text 12.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Can I do it?
Kitchen Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Chadavandi.
Yattadvapurbhati vibhushanasya yuder avaktya siddhvaktakam adharyadharya bhabuvatenaiva savamonovattu sampasyuto divya gatiryata natha.
Translation.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord appeared in his original form with ornaments and weapons in his hands. Although his ever-existing form is not visible in the material world, he nonetheless appeared in this form. Then, in the presence of his father and mother, he assumed the form of Vamana, a Brahmana dove, a brahmachari, just like a theatrical actor.
Purport, Chadavandi.
Purport. The word Nata is significant. An actor changes dress to play different parts, but is always the same man. Similarly, as described in Brahma Samhita 5.33 to 39, the Lord assumes many thousands and millions of forms. Advaita Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham. He is always present with innumerable incarnations. Ramadi Murtesu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavataram Akrod Bhuvaneshu Kintu. Nonetheless, although he appears in various incarnations, they are not different from one another. He is the same person with the same potency and the same eternity and the same spiritual existence. But he can simultaneously assume various forms. When Vamanadeva appeared from the womb of his mother, he is from the womb of mother.
He appeared in the form of Narayana.
He appeared in the form of Narayana with 4 hands, equipped with the necessary symbolic weapons. and then immediately transformed himself into the brahmachari, Vatu. This means that his body is not material. One who thinks that Supreme Lord assumes the material body is not intelligent. He is not intelligent.
He has
Okay.
to learn.
He has to learn more about the Lord's position as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Janma karma che me divyam evam yoti veti tattvata. One has to understand the transcendental appearance of the Lord in his original transcendental body, Sachitananda Vigraha. Hare Krishna.
So very nicely it is poetically explained. Nataha ante just like how an actor changes dress and comes in a different form. So Lord appeared, it seems, in 400 form, immediately change the form into a Brahmana or two. Just like in movies, no, they show, that frame changes and that the person becomes either big or small with a different dress. Just like that, how they show in movies. Lord appeared with 400 form, immediately become a small dwarf Brahmana with, in a Vamana form, like in a natakam, in a play, right? And immediately transformed into the Vamana form, the Brahmachari form. And again, the Janma Karma Chime Divyam is coming here because one has to understand this. The understand is very important to understand, because that understanding that Supreme Personality of Godhead, when he is here, is not ordinary, and he is having it's a transcendental appearance and it is spiritual body, is very, very difficult. That's why, this sloka is very significant, right? And it's mentioned many, many places. So now what happened? He came, immediately switched into the form of a Vamana. Let's go to text 13. Anybody want to read the shloka?
I can go ahead, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, true.
तां वतुं वामनां दृष्ट्वा मोधमाना महाश्रयो कर्माणि कारयन् असुः पुरुषास्तृत्य प्रजापतिम्. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. When the greatest sages saw the Lord as Brahmachari dwarf Vamana, they were certainly very pleased. Thus, they placed before them Kashyapa Muni, the Prajapati, and performed all the ritualistic ceremonies such as the birthday and ceremony. Purport: According to Vedic civilization, when a child is born in the family of a Brahmana, the birthday ceremony, known as Jata Karma, is first performed, and then other ceremonies are also gradually performed. But when Vamana Rupa appeared in the form of a Vatu or Brahmachari, his sacred death ceremony was also performed immediately. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So Vamanadev changed his form immediately into Vatu form, right? From 400. Typically, when kids are born, there are different karmas that have been done, rituals. Like when you're born, you do birth ceremony, and after some age you perform the thread ceremony. But just since he changed his form into a Vamana Vatu form, Brahmachari form, immediately the thread ceremony has been performed. Okay, Prabhuji, 1 second, Prabhuji. Just give me 1 second. So immediately the ceremony has been performed. Okay, let's go to text 14. Text 14, who wants to read?
Can I read the
I don't know who is speaking, but yeah, one of you can read.
Akinchan Prabhu, please go ahead. Okay, I'll read Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
तस्योपनीयमानस्य सावित्रीं सविता ब्रवीत् बृहस्पतिर्ब्रह्मसूत्रं मेखलां कश्यपो ददात्. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. At the sacred thread ceremony of Vamandev, the sun god personally uttered the Gayatri mantra. Brihaspati offered the sacred thread, and Kashyapa Muni offered a straw belt. Hare Krishna.
So this one, detailed details of the thread ceremony has been described here. So Gayatri mantra is given to the Vatu by, typically by his father, because his father has gone through the same thread ceremony, or by the guru, or by the priest. So here who came? Sun god came and gave the Gayatri mantra. And then his father will give the sacred thread, right? The Janjam, we call it, Janivaram. And Kashyamuni offer the straw belt. So then what all they will do, they also have a darba. They'll make a belt out of darbas. Because from that time, the Vatu is going to renounce everything and go to ashrama of the guru to learn things. So he will get rid of all the ornaments and everything. So they gave a straw belt. Right? This is a ceremony that is done typically, in many places. And it's a very long process, right? They say celebrating thread ceremony is more complicated and more time consuming than even a marriage, right? It takes from morning until evening because there's so many things you have to do, right? And the Mahurta also very difficult to get. It has to match the sons and the fathers, nakshatra, everything has to match, and very difficult to get the Muhurtam for that because it's a very, very auspicious ceremony that is celebrated in many, many houses, right? And from that time, the Vatu starts reciting Gayatri Mantra, Sandhyavandanam, and everything. And reciting Gayatri Mantra really helps your focus and memory power. Text 15. Anybody want to read the last one?
I will read.
Shall I?
Prabhuji.
Yeah,
Yes.
somebody else who wants to read?
Shall I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Natish.
Dadau Krishna jinam bhumer dandam somo vanaspatihi kaupinachadanam mata tyayuschatram jagatah pateh. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Mother Earth gave him a deer skin, and the demigod of the moon, who is the king of the forest, gave him a Brahma Danda, the rod of a brahmachari. His mother Aditi gave him cloth for underwear, and the deity presiding over the heavenly kingdom offered him an umbrella.
Hare Krishna. So, what all the different people have given is written here. So, Mother Earth gave him a deer skin, and the demigod of the moon, the king of the forest, gave him a Brahmadanda, the rod of the brahmachari. His mother Aditi gave him a cloth for underwear, Kaupinam, and the deity presiding over heavenly kingdom offered him an umbrella. Okay. So, this is all done even in the celebration of, anybody has seen the thread ceremony. They bring a deer skin and then, they attach it to his waist. Anybody know why a deer skin is given to a brahmachari? When rishis and munis, right, when they do tapasya, they use the deer skin as an asana. Because deer skin repels any insects, right? It doesn't allow any insects to come nearby because they're sitting in the forest in tapasya form, and deer skin repels all those things. And because this brahmachari is going to do tapasya, a deer skin is given, right? A deer skin which he can roll up and then use like an asana, right? And then Brahmadanda is given. Brahmadanda is the one that he carries on his shoulder. If anybody has seen it, right? The Radhavar Majad, it says that I'm a brahmachari now. And then there is a kaupina, there is an underwear that he needs that is given by his mother, and an umbrella, to take shelter from, like for example, rain and sun are given to him as well. So these are all the things that if you see in any thread ceremony, they're given to that boy, and he these are his belongings, right? When he's going in the forest, when he's going to his ashrama where he is going to learn, all these things are given, and these are all given by heavenly demigods, not the ordinary people, right? Mother Earth, Bhudevi gave him the deer skin. So all these demigods have come to celebrate the Lord's thread ceremony. Think about it, how fortunate they are to see the thread ceremony. This we don't see anywhere else, right? We have not seen any other incarnation, any other appearance. And typically we see in the birth ceremony and then other leelas, or maybe they just appear like, immediately like a Narasimha and then finish their avatar and go. But there's a special incarnation where we could listen and see the thread ceremony of the Lord. Hare Krishna. So this ends the quota that is given to me today, 15 shlokas. There are wonderful things ahead that will be taken up by another Prabhuji tomorrow. I'll stop here. Any questions people have or comments that they want to add? So it's a very simple self-explanatory chapter. There is not much to really contemplate. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Excellent class, Prabhuji. This is astrology. You told about the horoscope, according to the stars and. So is it real? It will change
Yes, Prabhu,
by chanting.
Prabhuji, so what
Our
is the second question?
Our horoscope will change by chanting.
No, Prabhu, our horoscope will not change by chanting. But
But
what
the karmas all will be demolished this, by chanting.
So, Prabhuji, there are three things, Prabhuji. Chanting should not be looked at as an activity to, get rid of things. Because see, we have three kind of karmas, Prabhu. We have Sanchita karma, Prarabdha karma, Agami karma. Okay. What Krishna says is, if you surrender, not chanting, Prabhu. Chanting is just sadhana. Yeah, sadhana is like, there are different stages of sadhana. We are all sadhakas. Sadhakas means we are just practicing, right?
So the things in the horoscope will not change.
No. Horoscope will not change, but we will get a vision above horoscope. We will not be impacted by, what is in our horoscope. We will not worry about it. Because ultimately we will know that Krishna is supreme and he is always the well-wisher of us, no matter what, right? Horoscope is just to tell, what are the different roadblocks or the speed bumps that are coming, and that's all. There is nothing else to know about it, and it will not change. What will change your perspective, towards Krishna and our surrender, and then knowing that he's Supreme Lord, and he will take care of us, right? Other people who don't know about this, they worry about horoscope, idi bagaledu, adi bagaledu. For us, everything is good, Prabhu. Everything is auspicious when Krishna is in our lives. Everything is good. Whatever happens in our life is for good only, right? But if you don't know about Krishna, you will always curse. Oh, నాకు ఇది నడుస్తోంది, నాకు ఈ ప్రాబ్లం నడుస్తోంది, అది నడుస్తోంది, ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఎందుకు వచ్చింది. You will think about it like that. But when you have Krishna consciousness, you will think everything is good for you only because Krishna knows what you are supposed to get, and he will give you that. And you are burning karma, right? You will understand that concept of burning karma. You will know that, hey, this is supposed to happen because I have to burn my karma. And then you will not be impacted by that, right? That you will get it through sadhana. Of course, chanting helps. Listening to Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita helps. Attending classes will help. Association will help. Being Krishna conscious will help you get a higher consciousness. That is important.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Any other comments, questions? If not, we can stop here for today.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sanjay Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji. Shilpa Mataji, we can stop here. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam today. And Dandakraman to all of you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
वैष्णवेभ्यो कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्रीमद् भागवतम रीडिंग की जय।
Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful class. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Praveen.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranams.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful session.
చందమామ ఉందా
Hare Krishna.
ఇక్కడ చందమామ ఉందా